Hi, I'm about to welcome to my channel Africa Every Day. For this week's episode, I'll actually be talking about Nigerian education system. Some of you will have some Westerners that are actually visiting Nigerian, but that doesn't mean they fully understand how Nigerian educational system is like. Nigerian education system is actually divided into three levels. We have the primary education, we have the secondary education, and we have the tertiary education. Now, for the primary education now, the classes are divided into 6. We have primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5, primary 6. Actually, the word primary has actually been changed now. It has changed to basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, basic 4, basic 5, basic 6. Still talking about the same thing. But for private schools have actually inserted some other classes to those 6. But those other classes like kindergarten, like crèche, like nursery, they are not actually recognized by the government. So it's just used for little children to take care of them, to prepare them for the primary school. But for government school, there was nothing like that. Just starting from basic 1 to basic 6. That is for primary school. Then for secondary school, which is what is called high school in North America, that one is divided into 2. We have the junior secondary school and we have the senior secondary school. In junior secondary school, there are 3 classes. We have our GS1, GS2, GS3. In fact, that one has also been changed to continuation from primary school, basic 7, basic 8, and basic 9. Before, it used to be called junior secondary school 1, junior secondary school 2, junior secondary school 3, but it has been changed to basic 7, basic 8, and basic 9. That is for junior secondary school. Now, for senior secondary school now, we have senior secondary school 1, that's SS1. We have senior secondary school 2, SS2, and we have senior secondary school 3, which is the last class. So we have SS1, SS2, SS3. So when a child leaves that child can go to tertiary institution, or which also called higher institution. Under higher institution, we have 4 branches. We have College of Education for those who wish to become teachers. We have Polytechnic. We have technical school, those that teach you how to build things, how to construct things, and we have universities. So those are the classes of education that we have. So for this, we can actually be talking about primary school. You'll be seeing in the video. All right, and now I want to tell you how students were actually selected, how students are selected for admission into primary school. They did not use age. What they actually use is a very, very funny thing, which I'll be telling you later in the video. It's a very, very funny thing, though it has been stopped. But back then, that was what they used to admit us into primary school. It was a very, very funny. I can't even imagine who actually thought that thing up as a criteria for admitting our children into primary school. Okay, having said that, I want to tell you a little story about my primary school before I show you around. My primary school is a public school, and public schools are not well funded in Nigeria. You know, when you see, also you see my schools decrepit and also like that. My primary school is now, there's no fence and there was no security men. So whenever we go to holiday, hoodlums, they used to come there to smoke marijuana and other things. The hoodlums, they would come there to do that. And after smoking the marijuana and some other things, they would defecate in our lockers. So every time we go for holiday, when we are coming back, we used to be prepared for cleaning feces and all kind of excrement, in the class. And that was a horrible experience for us. But later on, we actually adapted. It's a very, very bad thing. All right. Special thanks to my patrons for making this video possible. Literally, without you, this channel won't be in existence. So I'm very, very thankful to you. Thank you so much for your support. It has been wonderful. It has been overwhelming. Thank you so much for all your support, especially Mr. Mike Atomic Stream. You've been lovely and wonderful. I'm very, very grateful to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, welcome to my primary school. This is my primary school. The name of primary school is actually Community Primary School. When I was here, there was nothing like primary 1 and 2. And school 1, this is school 1, school 2. That means the school has been divided. But during my time, there was nothing like that. So here, the land was actually donated by this community. So this is the logo and this is the motto of the school. All right, as you can see there. Okay, I'm here visiting my primary school with my friend. We actually came here to do the project together. It's my only fast friend that actually has been there for me. So that's what we are doing. Having fun, talking about the memories that are actually accumulated during the primary school days. That's what we are doing. I hope you enjoy the video. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. I will surely answer, I'll respond to your question. All right? And if you have any suggestion you want me to do, I'll still do a video about my secondary school. But I need to start with primary school first. If you have any suggestion, any topic that you actually want me to treat, please let me know. I'll surely work on it. All right? Now, I need something to tell you. Before you can actually get admitted into public primary school, let me show you, or let me tell you how it's actually been done. If you take your child to the school, that you want your child to be admitted into the primary school, this is how the school tests your child if your child is old enough to be admitted into primary one first class. This is how it is be done. Your child will be asked to move his hand over its head like this. If the hand of that child does not touch his ear, then that child can be admitted to be decided that that child is not matured enough to be admitted. Though it has actually changed, but back then, for you to be admitted into primary school, public primary school, that child must be able to raise their hand over their head, and their hand, the fingers, were able to touch their ears. It actually caused a lot of problems. You can have two children of same age, and if other one has a bigger stature than the second one, the one with bigger stature will actually got admitted, while the other one won't be admitted. It was actually a bad thing, though it has actually been changed now. So that is how children were actually being admitted. Now, thankfully, that has actually changed. All right, so I'm going to be showing you all the blocks of the classes, starting from primary 1 to primary 6, and I'll also be showing you the the office of both the headmaster and the assistant headmaster. All right, this is the primary 1, the first class of the school. Okay, all right, you can see that we have the whole primary 1 is actually divided into two. We have primary 1A and we have primary 1. I was actually placed in primary 1A, as you can see there. You notice that the window was actually been changed. Before, the window was actually made up of woods, but later, since it was removed, it was actually changed to metal. That is why we have this place here. So I was actually the class captain of primary 1. I was the class captain because I used to come to school very, very early. The school is actually closed now because of the New Year holiday. You can see that. Now, if you're admitted into the school, this is a government school. So it is you that will actually bring your chair to the school. Yes, the government does not provide chair. It is your parent that will actually provide chair for you. So as a new student, one of the things you have to bring to the school is actually your chair. Yes, that is how it has been. I'm very sure that is how it is still today. I believe the only government school that is not like that is actually our government college. Yes, federal government school is the only school that is not like that. But all the state government school, your child has to come to school with their own chair. They don't have any chair, then they'll actually be sitting on the floor. Yes. No matter how inconvenient it is, they'll be sitting on the floor. In fact, government don't even provide chairs for teachers. Back then, it was teachers that used to get their own chairs and their own tables. All right, so let's go so that I'll show you the primary 2 now. The school is not fenced, so people used to walk in anyhow as they want. There is no fence around the school, so it is free for everybody to move around the school. That is why a lot of atrocities used to happen in the school, because there's no security, no fence, nothing. It is open to everybody. All right, this is the primary 2. This is our second class, primary 2. As you can see, we have actually primary 2 is actually divided into 4 arms. So we have primary 2A, primary 2B, primary 2C, and primary 2D. These 2 blocks, they're actually primary 2. When we go to primary 2, the population actually increased. So we have that. In primary 2, the teacher that we had back then used to sell bread to us back then. And this is where we used to, this is our cafeteria. Here is our cafeteria. This is where the food seller used to station. So this is where we come, buy the food, and we hang around and eat the food. That is how we used to do it back then. And this place, this space is where we have our morning assembly. Where we have our morning assembly. Okay, then the teacher will be on the veranda addressing the student. I actually have a bad memory, a horrible memory in this particular spot. When I first got into the school, I was new, the first time, new student. I was 6 years old. There was a teacher. I will never forget that teacher's name. That teacher's name is Mr. Abimbola. Actually, I love the moment I saw him, I actually loved him. But as other teachers were calling him Bimbola, Bimbola, Bimbola. As a child, I didn't know the difference between Bimbola and Mr. Bimbola. So he was standing right here. I was the first one on the row. I actually called him Bimbola, and the teacher was holding a bunch of key. The moment I called him Bimbola, he just used the bunch of key to hit me on the head. I cried throughout that day. It was very painful to me. When I got home, I told my mom. My mom told me, okay, why would you do that? That's what my mom told me. It's very funny. It was a very horrible day to me. But teachers, probably our public school teachers, they believe you must put Mr. In fact, when we're in primary school, we don't call them Mr. or Mrs. We address them as mommy, daddy. That's what you should call them. You can't call them, for example, if the name is Mr. John, you can't say Mr. John. No, they will tell us you say daddy or you say mom. Actually, it's a very funny thing, but that is the truth when it comes to public school. Okay, we are heading to primary 3 now. This is the primary 3 block, as you can see it. Primary 3 block, it looks vacated, but I'm very, very sure once the students, once they resume, they will actually come in with their own chairs. Okay, so this is it was actually built a year before I actually got admitted. That was when the block was actually built. It was good. It had windows, it had doors. Because it's free for everybody, there's no security, there's no fence, it will actually be destroyed. But students are still using this place. Actually, in Nigeria, public schools are not well funded in Nigeria. Public schools are not well funded. So most public schools are like this in Nigeria. Most, though not all, but most are actually like this. You can see that, but students are still learning here in this kind of unconducive environment. Actually, the ceiling is okay. When I used this block back then in 1998, the ceiling was not actually there. So this is more convenient than what we used. What I used when I was in the primary school. I see the environment, sand. Okay. Look at the floor. Look at the walls. Okay. I do not have any chair. This is where you sit. You sit right there in the dust, no other thing. Sit right there in the dust. And I'll play with antlion. I actually love playing with antlion. This is it. You can see there are holes. I love playing with antlion. Okay, the antlion. We actually call this antlion throughout my primary school. I didn't know the English word for it, but we actually call it guluso. There's a way that we used to catch the antlion. It is very, very tricky. I don't know if I can still do it. You know, you spin like this. Oh, come on. I can't do it. The hole will just collapse. Okay? We actually enjoyed that back then when I was actually in the school. Okay, all right. This is our primary 4 block. This is not actually the block that I did my primary 4 in. This was later constructed. I don't know the year that this was constructed. The block that I actually used was an uncompleted building right here and right there. The two completed buildings are the buildings that we use for primary 4. So this was, I think, a very short. One was here, one was there. So the uncompleted building here was demolished for this building, while the other was also demolished. Nothing was actually built there. You can see that. So a lot of experience to take a lot of time to be recounting all of this. So this, to be precise, my primary 4 block is no more standing. All right, so let me show you primary 5 now before we move to the last class of primary school. We actually did the primary 5 in an uncompleted building too. Before this beautiful building was actually erected, the same story goes. The primary 4, the exact primary 5 block has been demolished. The same thing goes. Before this was actually erected. When you look at it, you can still see the floor here. You can still see the floor. You can still see the foundation of the fence. Still the same thing, uncompleted, just a very short fence and a roof over it. That's all. This was later built, so there was nothing like this during my home time. But the only building that is actually still standing, no, one of the buildings that actually still standing is actually the primary 6. Though the window has been changed to what we actually use. So this is primary 6, and it's most beautiful building, most beautiful block in the whole school. And these two places we have the headmistress, head teacher's office, and here we'll have the assistant head teacher's office. This premises. I was the senior boy during my set. Yes, I was the senior boy during my set. So teachers actually loved me, so I was the senior boy. But so what we did, we usually have end of the year party. So we did end of the year party. We actually enjoyed it, and this is wonderful. Now, because of the teachers, because of the headmaster and headmistress, this building is relatively preserved or relatively protected compared to other buildings that students can easily damage the property. So this one is relatively protected because of the headmistress and head teachers that they have their offices here. So if you have any question, please let me know in the comment section below. These are a short tour of my whole primary school environment. Please, if you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. I will surely respond to your question. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any question, you can actually put it in the comment section below. If you want to contact me, in the description of the video, I will actually put my WhatsApp number and also my email address, so you can use any of them to contact me. What I observed that only those that actually became my patron was able to send me a message, but I want to change that now. So I'll put my WhatsApp number there and also my email address. So if you wish to contact me based on one thing or the other, I will surely respond. Thank you for doing that for me. See you next time.